the clubby, he was all tangled, and so he was really distressed as well.
It was pretty horrific. There was a lot of panic in both the people's eyes at that stage.
Here's that swimmer that we've already told, get out of the area, you're not competent, he needs rescuing. Nothing worse.
For frustrated lifeguards, yet another dangerous rescue in rough conditions.
I got clipped by a wave, I had a grommet surf into me. I got out to him and Pat, one of the local boys, was out there giving him a hand. Hey, champion, what did I tell you? You don't want to listen. Then they got pushed into me. The bloke came out laughing and I just... Smile off your face, eh? Come here. Good. Like that? Right now. Your patience just gets cut pretty quickly with stuff like that when people don't listen.
The man appears unaware of the danger he was in.
It's not a wrong wave. Smile off your face. I told you down there you couldn't swim. Yeah. You mate. No, hey. I was talking. I said grab the flags. All right? I've got this one on the middle of the flag, that's why mate, there's no flags around. All right, you got to look. Yeah. Right? It's really dangerous. Yeah. Thank you. It is easy to get frustrated. I think that's one of my biggest faults is I get frustrated quite easy with people not listening, and I know that they probably don't know. But in this case, I think just because everything went wrong from the get-go on that rescue, a bloke came out laughing and I just thought that was the end of it.
A lone swimmer has been spotted several hundred metres from shore near the shark nets. Max is in his first year at Bondi.
Being that far out, if you're not a strong swimmer, there's no way to get back to shore.
Volunteer lifesavers have an inflatable rescue boat already in the water.
Cause it's the IRB in the water, so we're just in them. Yeah, that'd be great.
With time critical, the IRB is directed to the man.
Saw the IRB pick up the patient at probably about 100 metres before I got there, but I was still worried about the welfare of the patient, especially being that far out to sea, so I decided I would signal the volunteers down and perform a welfare check on the patient out in the water.
The IRB makes the rescue, but heading for shore, it stops.
So the IRB had stopped moving and I'd sat off my board to have a look at what was going on, and I was wondering if they had started performing first aid or CPR on the patient. With the chop in the ocean that day, I actually couldn't see the patient in the IRB. When I saw the patient sit up and I saw he was conscious and breathing, it was a sigh of relief.
The IRB has broken down, so the volunteers hand the patient over to Max. 18-year-old Alex is conscious but disoriented. Now, Max faces a half-kilometre paddle back to shore. After an exhausting 1 kilometre round trip, Max finally gets Alex back to the beach.
When he walked out of the water, you could just see he was exhausted. He didn't look like he was in a good way.
Just come up there and sit down with us.
Let's take him up. I'm pretty concerned, hey, like, he just seemed very confused and out of it.
You alright, buddy? Who'd you come down here with?
No one.
Just by yourself?
Yeah.
And did you swim out there?
Yeah.
Why?
That far from neck to back.
Okay.
Yeah, as I grab the board and I'm running into the water, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I hope this guy can just stay afloat and hopefully I can get to him in time. The adrenaline's definitely pumping. I was definitely pretty nervous.
Good job,
I know there's going to be eyes on me for my first rescue. There's going to be a lot of people there watching, I think.
Oh, you got it.
Maxi got mine as well.
Yeah, that's my first rescue at Bondi. Yeah, I'm back on shore with Chase, Jethro, Skeeny, and they were all pretty stoked for me, I think.
That's his first one. That's a good one. He spotted it too. Little Diamond Dash. He goes, I can't wait to tell my mum and dad. Yeah. Man of the moment. I've never said that at all. I'm going to tell mum over here. I can't wait to tell my mum and dad. They're going to be so proud. Yeah, bro.
My mum was pretty happy with me. She was proud. Proud moment.
He's that close to mum. He gives her a call after a rescue. Then what a great family environment. God bless him.
Unreal.
Tomorrow we'll do it again.
Do it all again. By the time I got down there, Clubby had already gone out. So he actually beat me to the patient, which was good because he kept the guy upright momentarily before I came out.
The volunteer lifesaver has swum out with a rescue tube, a yellow flotation device with ropes attached.
Tubes are really good first responders. They basically just keep the patient upright. It's very hard to complete a rescue with a tube, and it's sort of just a temporary relief before the cavalry arrives.
As the man scrambles onto the board, it becomes clear he's tangled in the rope connected to the rescue tube.
That tube became a big hindrance because it was like a fishing net, all tangled around. The patient had it around his neck. It was actually making the situation worse.
Worse still, the volunteer lifesaver is attached to the other end of the rope.
The Clubby, he was all tangled and actually he was really distressed as well.
It was pretty horrific. There was a lot of panic in both the people's eyes at that stage. And then I noticed the blue board coming out, and I think it's one of my colleagues, but I don't recognise him.
An off-duty volunteer lifesaver has come to help using a spare lifeguard board from the beach.
The guy who swam out with the tubes getting rescued.
Is this his jog or what?
He was coughing up, he was vomiting water, and the tube was wrapped around his body.
An exhausted patient tangled in ropes. This is not a textbook rescue.
I want him on the board so I can untangle him with a bit more stability. He jumps on, shifts his weight. Gone, capsized.
A capsized board normally spells more trouble, but this time, Baggis gets a lucky break.
Believe it or not, capsizing's in our favour. He's untangled, miraculously.
I was about to drown. These guys are heroes. It wasn't deep at all. It just pulled me away, you know? I got really close to God.
That was just one of those ones, he'd drown for sure, 100%.
The rescue victim may now be safe, but he's a little confused about who the camera crew are.
He promised my family I'll be on the Bondi Rescue. Same thing, yeah? I just wish it was out at Bondi, bro. You guys be there tomorrow?
Be here tomorrow?
Nah, at Bondi.
Oh, we're down for a great Bondi now.
Then it's Coronola?
No, this is Bondi Beach.
Serious?
Yeah, this is Bondi Beach.
Thought he was in Cronulla. That's a 30-kilometre, different train lines and everything. Like, that's a... He's way off course.
Were you supposed to be Cronulla?
Yeah, bro.
You're a good mate?
Yeah, thanks.
So I thought my wife was bad with directions. That is like next level.